This fucking suit jacket's too small. I left my good one. Why do I insist on a suit jacket for this fucking show? I feel like,
I want to be clear. No one has asked you.
but I think now that I've done it, it feels like part of the brand, you know?
You can't not do it now.
Josh, wait 1 second. There's something in my contact, so I can't. Fuck. What the fuck? Oh my god, my eyes all fucked up. Okay, pause. You guys continue.
We're starting out really strong.
Are we? Is this the episode? I hope so. Fuck yeah, this is the episode.
This is it.
I think me asking, is this the episode, is going to make this seem really professional. Be like, is this going in? Is this making it in?
Oh, okay, you're gonna watch me put in a contact. Dating is brutal, bro. Not fun. Yeah, cut it, please. I'm not feeling it.
Are you saying that, like, yeah, you should take a girl out to dinner before you just plan on like having sex with her? That's a good thing.
I was just really bad at that.
The sex part.
Yeah.
That's rough.
In there, brother.
So I'm like, this is stupid. What am I doing? It was dumb.
I've never had an experience like that.
Shut up.
I
Shut the fuck up. I hate
What do you mean? Shut up.
Oh, I've never had the. Oh,
that came from so deep.
Wait, Jeffrey, what is your complaint?
Judge being like, oh, Max is striking out. No, can't relate to that fucking at all.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying
I also wasn't striking out.
No.
That's okay, guys. It's okay.
All right, we should start the show.
We have to talk about something. We have
on that note, let's just jump right in.
Do we have any? Is any of this usable?
Actually, you guys should talk about something funny while I pee real quick. And then that'll get our energy back up, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
There was like I saw the other day, there was this dragonfly where the sunlight was glimmering off its wings in like a particularly kind of mesmerizing way.
Jesus.
Which I like, it was like, it wasn't just like a straight like beam of sunlight, it was like dappled sunlight, right? We were like underneath a willow and the dragonfly was flying around, and I thought, I mean, this is really one of God's treasures, right? You know, some people say, you know, God, how do we prove if God is real or is God not real? And I think that like sometimes, you know, you don't need to see Jesus up on the cross. You can see a sunrise or this dragonfly.
If we don't stop him, he will not stop.
It wasn't
will not stop.
It wasn't like my proof. Like, I'm not at that point.
Jeffrey,
like,
shut up.
I just thought it was like, because it wasn't even just like a like it was like.
Can you imagine if the episode started that way though?
I think a lot of jokes are about quantity more than quality, and I think whenever I have to go back and like explain a particular one,
it was a joke.
It kind of becomes a little threadbare. Please don't let this be the start.
All right, let's get started.
Nothing to start with.
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Gaslight Gameshow, the only character-given game show with real-world consequences. Every week, a movie is selected, and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants write their own review for that movie. But, and here's the twist, not as themselves. They must concoct brand new characters and write in their voices. Before each episode, they swap their creations amongst themselves. They read each other's work here live for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded and losers get punished. No one's safe, not even me. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst.
Hi.
Avery Baker.
Hi.
And I'm your host, Max McCune. This week we have a featured guest, Jeffrey Nolan. All right, Jeffrey, tell everyone a bit about yourself.
This isn't funny anymore.
Pipe down, Jeffrey. You'll have your turn to shine in a moment. Josh won last week's episode, and the reigning champion selects next week's movie. So today, for episode 3, we all watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, a beautifully animated, heartfelt film bringing a beloved character back into the spotlight. And I would also like to thank Josh for finally picking a movie that I did not dread. But before we talk about this movie that made me weep, we have some business to attend to. Avery, do you know what time it is?
Punishment time.
That's right. It's punishment time. Last week, Josh won, but with winners come losers. The floor was mopped with poor Jeffrey. And what do losers get, Jeffrey?
Punished.
Well done. You're damn right they do. Now, we all know Jeffrey as many things, but above all else, he's an athlete. For his punishment, he was tasked with a jog around a local lake in Minneapolis and a 10-minute shadowboxing session in plain view of the public. He recorded and cut together a training video for all of us to enjoy. We, the unpunished, will narrate along with this masterclass in physicality. Jeffrey, are you prepared to blow our minds?
Yeah.
Great. All right. Let it roll when you're ready, Jeffrey. Already, this is beautiful. Who is doing the camera?
Is there going to be sound?
I feel like I'm watching a geriatric patient run.
The speaker is all the way across the lake, so you can't hear it very well right now.
Oh, but it's gonna come in. Oh my god, dude.
I will be honest, I still don't hear anything on my end. Anybody else hearing anything?
Not a
No,
single thing.
I think it's honestly a little more eerie without the sound.
Yeah, it looks like something out of Silent Hill.
I'm a little, you know, in horror movies when they find the tape of the person like killing the guy.
Can you hear it?
I heard it.
I heard like a little snippet of dialogue. I'm not hearing anything else. Oh, close up of the hammocks there. Wow.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
And no one asked you to do that. You just chose to do that one?
I was tired.
Okay.
Okay. Are you gonna hit anything? What? Are you gonna hit anything?
Well, not in this one, but you want to practice or perform?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Were you actively only playing music out of the speaker connected?
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when I was like, hey, Jeffrey, you could put in sound underneath the video? And you were like, I got this.
I did not think about that.
Jeffrey, did you think it was more important for you to hear the music or for the camera to pick up the music?
I thought it was more important for the people around me to hear the music.
You know, you could have had both. You could have had a speaker and then
That's impressive. Actually, that's a little scary knee kick. I'd be scared.
knee kick,
Knee. Okay, a knee. Fuck you.
elbow punch.
No. Stop, not back off.
Hey, you like that? Fuck you. Come on, Dad. Fuck you.
Wow.
You're not. You can't do that in the middle of a fight.
It does look like you escaped a memory care unit. That's what it looks like.
Those people walked away from you, didn't they, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did anyone ever say anything to you?
No. They did not engage.
I think they chose correctly.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
The fact that you picked
At
a
all.
median, like you're in the median of two streets, so all the cars can see you. This is a good look for you.
What are you doing with your hands on the ground?
I don't know.
Was that a gang sign? Did you?
That was
chuck up
not a
sign?
gang
Do that
sign.
here.
Well,
Jeffrey,
that's
could you-
over with.
Could you hear any of it?
No.
We'll get to that. Contestants,
What?
Jeffrey included.
I spent so much time editing that. I spent so much time.
Jeffrey, we'll put it up somewhere so people can enjoy it in all of its glory.
Yeah, like on our socials.
Let's
Yeah.
honestly discuss the video. Yeah, I will when at the end of the episode, guys, I'll point you to some directions in if you really want to see that the way it was meant to be seen with Jeffrey's hard added sound. Feel free to go give it a watch. So, everyone, what did we think of the video? Besides the lack of effort on Jeffrey's part to make sure we could hear the sound.
It looked like a silent film of Ichabod Crane battling Brainworm.
I did feel like it was a punishment. Like I felt punished the whole time, and I also felt like Jeffrey, his reputation probably suffered a little more than, say, the last punishment in like would have hurt Josh's.
I'm actually a little upset that despite that being embarrassing, Jeffrey looked like he was having fun. That I wish he wasn't. That it was fun to watch, but I'm impressed. He felt that was smooth sailing for Jeffrey right there. I'm gonna watch the video again. Also, I don't know if anyone here is from Chicago or has been to Chicago. There's a neighborhood called Logan Square where I am filming right now, which is notoriously, it's like Brooklyn. It's like, Brooklyn light. Just everyone's dressed weird and has tattoos. And I see 10 people a day looking and dressed exactly like Jeffrey, doing not dissimilar things. I think Jeffrey would actually clean up dressed like that in Logan Square. He'd kill.
Did you say if anyone here is from Chicago, as if you don't know us already?
Right.
You don't know
We
that we're
have
not?
an audience. I'm not talking about us three. Do you think I'm
Oh.
speaking to you at any point in this?
Us
Who do you think I Okay, you three plus me. Who do you think I was pitching the socials to, Jeffrey? You?
I mean, I would love to see them.
All right, let's move on. In conclusion, the real treasure was the friends we made along the way. Before we hear what these psychopaths wrote, let's recap the movie. On IMDb, the synopsis for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is, when Puss in Boots discovers that his passion for adventure has taken its toll and he has burned through 8 of his 9 lives, he launches an epic journey to restore them by finding the mythical last wish. Do we agree with the synopsis of this film? Did we find it accurate?
Contrary to the prior synopses that we've read, yeah, I do think that one was pretty accurate.
Yeah,
A lot of the movie.
Yeah.
makes sense. Jeffrey, anything?
Yes.
Agree? Good. I'm glad we're all in consensus. Hard to argue with that. Pretty factual little synopsis right there. Now, before we jump into the reviews, let's hear our rankings of the movie. 1 to 10 and a brief, please, really do try to be brief, explanation of why. All right. Anyone want to go first? What's your ranking of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish? Rating, not ranking.
I give it an 8.
8.
I really liked it. I liked it more than I thought I was going to. I had not seen it prior to this. I had heard positive things about it, to the extent that it was, a movie originally made for children. But it was, I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I thought it had legitimately funny moments, and I thought it was cute and had heart.
Nice. Jeffrey?
I would give it a 9. I think the animation was really impressive and really well done. I think that it didn't speak down to children. It didn't pander to them. The lessons that it taught, I don't think it, while they were clear, it didn't say the classic, we have to be friends and that's how we'll win. I thought the jokes were more sophisticated. And it just trusted the children audience that it's marketed to. It trusted them to keep up. So big fan of that.
Oh, yeah. Josh, bring us home.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. I really enjoyed this film. I think it does what DreamWorks does best, which is character-driven subversion of expectation. I liked the animation as well. I do think that this is going to be the new DNA for all animation moving forward. Ever since Spider-Verse came out, I think this is going to get as old and tired as the uncanny valley of late Pixar. But I really enjoyed the movie, and I can't believe that this sprung from the same universe as sex icon Shrek. It blows me away every time I see it.
I mean, they left it open ended there. Like he
They're
and
coming
Shrek
back.
may be banging soon.
Yeah. Yep.
And with that, we're going to close out the rating portion. That's never as brief as I want it to be. We'll get there, guys. Now, on to the reviews. Let's go over the specifics. These three freaks have watched Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and randomly generated a name, age, and location for their character. Everything else you hear is all them. They used those prompts to create a character and then wrote a movie review in that character's voice. You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections in character. Character bios, get to know you questions, improvised responses, and the movie review. All but the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand, and this is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. They're reading the reviews and embodying these characters here live for the first time. Essentially, it's a cold read. They very well may have no idea what they're about to say, and I have no idea which of them made what character and corresponding review. They've shuffled their creations around internally to confuse me. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose. But if I get even one right, like I did last week, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser, and that's for all of us. Losers
get
punished.
punished.
Right, that was awful and ruined my night. Now, we'll start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish off, we'll hear the reader's movie review. Now, our first reader is Avery. Please introduce your character and give us the title of your review.
Ray Whitney, 47 years old, and I live in Manchester, New Hampshire. The title of my review is Destroyer of Worlds.
Ooh, exciting, Ray. Ray, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Ray. I love animals. I've practiced veterinary medicine 21 years. It was always my dream ever since I was young. I worked hard through school, and now I'm tenured at a prestigious shelter clinic. My pay is great, but no, I thought I'd be doing more work to help animals, but yeah, they mostly have me doing humane euthanasia. They say I'm unnatural.
Right?
Oh God.
Well, that's good. It's always
Best
nice.
they've ever seen,
Oh,
actually. So it's my steady hands, which I guess is important because some animals are small. So it's been pretty busy. It's been pretty constant. I'm pretty much back there all day just killing. People come in and they're like, "Oh, I'm moving next week and I can't take my ferret," and the front desk people go, "Don't worry, we'll find it a home," and I pretty much immediately kill it. So it's given me perspective. It's really changed how I see the job.
it's always nice to be told you're doing a good job at work, Ray. I'm proud of you. Ray, I'm going to give you a few questions. Let get us a little bit more getting to know you before we get into your review, all right? Ray,
Okay.
have you ever met a celebrity? And what celebrity would you most like to meet?
Steve Irwin was a favorite of mine, but he's gone. So his work with wild animals and conservation was unparalleled. I actually work with wild animals all the time too. I have for years. People come in at least once a week with raccoons or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I accidentally caught this raccoon. What do I do?" And the front desk people go, "Don't worry, we'll release it safely, and then I have to kill it." Any animal they send me, I have to kill. I'm like the Grim Reaper for woodland creatures. Everything I touch dies.
It's a good answer, Ray. Now, Ray, what songs are on the soundtrack to your life?
Lately, none. Because at 2 a.m., once I finish incinerating that day's bodies, I drive home in silence. I like to take a shower and wash off the smell of burnt fur, crack open some wine, and administer myself some phenobarbital. That's actually the chemical used for humane euthanasia, but in non-lethal doses, it just kind of calms me down, helps me sleep. I've borrowed a lot of it from the shelter. I need it, or I just lie there thinking, like, is this all I'm good for? Is this what my love of animals made me? Their angel of death? Is this forever?
We're kicking it off with the downers recently. Thank you, Ray. It was
Yeah.
good to get to know you. Does anyone else have any questions they'd like to ask Ray before we get into his review?
Got a question for Ray. Ray, do you have any pets or animals of your own?
No.
I can see why. Josh, got a question?
What kind of hours are you working? Like, do you have to work on weekends?
Yeah, right. So like I said, I am the best at what, or at least they think I'm the best at what I do. And, humane euthanasia doesn't take a weekend, so neither do I. And you'd be surprised how many people come in to get their animals euthanized, sometimes not even for like good reasons. It's not even that they're moving, they just don't want them anymore. So dogs, cats, ferrets, birds, rats, it doesn't really matter. They bring them in and I put them down. And that keeps me there till about 2 most nights. But I don't have to start work till about noon because we don't euthanize animals before lunch.
That makes sense. It's good policy.
Thanks.
Well, Ray, thank you. That was enlightening. And I think we're all dying to hear what you think of the movie.
A lot of animals in that movie. Yeah, they'd probably make me kill all of those animals. Perito wouldn't take more than 1 milliliter. Kitty softpaws. Oh yeah, kitty softpaws. I could zap her with 1. Puss, maybe 2. This new batch of phenobarbital feels weaker than the others, though, so I don't know. Papa Bear, 60, maybe more. Mama Bear, 40. Baby Bear, 20 milliliters, probably. You can always add more. I bet I could do the bug in a couple of drops, really. It wouldn't even measure it. Mama Luna's, that house full of cats, Oof, yeah, no, they'd make me nuke that whole place. That's pretty much just an afternoon for me at this point. So, who am I missing? Oh, yeah. The wolf. Death. A hell of a career he's got, just non-stop killing. Endless carnage. He seems happy though, right? I guess I'm just struggling to see how anyone could live with a job like that. Unless maybe he isn't alive at all. Maybe in order to survive the crushing weight of the countless souls you reap, you need to join them. Huh. 20 milliliters would suffice for the wolf. Same as the average man. That'd probably be the best sleep of my life.
Love this comedy podcast. Love this comedy podcast.
Thank you, Ray. Oh, wow. Right off the bat. All right. Coming in with a zinger. What's everyone think about Ray?
Sad.
Ray seems pretty sad.
It was brutal.
Just
That was a
sad.
lot. That was a lot.
It wasn't funny. I'm sorry for laughing at Ray.
No, I feel for Ray. I
It's
feel
harder.
for Ray.
Harder to read than I originally anticipated when I started. Yeah. So.
We've got a character every episode. We got some deep holes. These characters in some deep holes.
It should
Any
be
other
funny.
All right. Ray left us mostly speechless. All right. I'm supposed to guess who the fuck wrote that. Wow. I'm gonna just throw out a Jeffrey guess. I'm gonna throw out a Jeffrey for that one. Nowhere near locked in stone. Nowhere near locked in stone. And last time Jeffrey got his hopes up that I was locking my answers in and thought he was not gonna lose. So that's a good face, Jeff. All right. Our next reader is Josh. Please introduce your character and give us the title of your review.
Hi, my name is Brian Warren. I am 34 years old and I live in Tucson, Arizona. The title of my review is I Know What I Did Last Summer.
This is actually crazy. I know a 34-year-old Brian Warren.
Hi, Brian.
It's this guy.
The show.
All right. Now, Brian, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, what's up? I'm Brian. Lived in Arizona my whole life, now living in Tucson. Played basketball for the U after college. I just decided to stick with basketball. So now I'm back as an athletic trainer for the men's team, which is it's cool, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I'm just a normal guy. Not sure what you want me to say. I like people. I like animals. I'm a pretty good person, okay? There's not anything about me that's weird or despicable or whatever. So I'm not really sure why you want me to tell you a little bit about myself. Are you interrogating me or something? Because I haven't done anything, okay? But dude, if you're a cop, you have to tell me. I am not fucking around, dude. I haven't done shit.
All right, Brian. Not a cop. Not a cop. So you can trust me. Brian, do you believe in free will?
Fuck, dude. What? Fucking, I don't know. Yeah, yes, I guess. We all have the right to choose or whatever. Why are you asking me this? I didn't even do anything. Fuck it. Sure, yeah. Everyone has freedom of choice. Is that what you want to hear? But sometimes desperate people do the wrong things and then feel so bad about them, okay? Sometimes they know they shouldn't have done it, but then they didn't think they had a choice. They thought they had to because the guys in charge told them that they had to do it. Does that make them bad? I don't know.
Ryan, I'm a little worried about where this is heading, but just to do a little more digging, my man, what's an opinion, or no, whose opinion would you say you care about the most?
Wow, you're fucking ceaseless, dude. Fine. You know what? I wanted the other coaches to like me. Okay, you got me. That's what I wanted. And you know what's messed up? It's what I still want. So when they told me I had to do it, if I wanted to get invited to Coach Brett's Friday night parties, I did it. I did it even though I knew it was wrong. Even though those big eyes looked at me with so much trust. I fucked up, officer. I fucked up. Do I need a lawyer?
I'll say it again, B-Rye, not a cop, not a cop. You can tell me whatever you'd like, but also feel free to stop. Not tell me anymore. Anything else? Anything else in answering that question? Or are you ready to move on, Brian?
Yeah, if we have to. Cool.
Cool. Does anyone else have any questions to ask Brian? I'm sure there have been a couple that have been stirred up.
What sports do you play? Multiple? Just one?
Wow, you want the life story, don't you? Cool. Okay. Since you ask, yeah. Wrestling. I trained for other stuff, but wrestling. I did a lot of wrestling when I was younger. Pretty much day in, day out, whole shebang. Parents really serious about it. I don't know. Is that fucking exciting? Is that a good answer? You're going to keep that? We're going to cut that? Is that incriminating?
Jesus.
Brian, why did you want to be invited to those Friday night parties so bad? What's so special about them?
I don't fucking know. They seem kind of cool. I guess I thought maybe it would have some significance to my job security, or fuck, I don't know. I didn't have a lot of friends when I moved. And so I wanted to just make some friends. I'm just a guy who just wants to make some friends. Not a bad person. Just a guy who follows his gut. That's it. I don't know. Okay, can we move on?
Yeah, we can. Right before we get to the review, and feel free to save this answer for the review if you would like. Give me one word, Brian. Was it worth it?
Oh, one word? You want one word?
One word.
Show that to the court. Yeah. Look, one word from Brian. Was it worth it? I'm gonna give you a couple words because I have the right to remain. Fuck you. The couple words I have are, I don't know what you're referring to.
Good answer, Brian. Good answer. All right, now let's move on. Let's hear what you thought about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, Brian.
Let's just cut the bullshit. All right. I know why you had me watch that movie, dude. You were clever, though, for real. I thought I was just watching a great movie about a great cat with my girlfriend, and then bam. Dude, it was so fucked up. I had a straight up panic attack and had to leave the room. Dude, look, I'm not saying I don't deserve it. I've wanted to take it back ever since it happened, but hearing about it from the dog's point of view, fuck, man, I just wanted to be part of the crew, So when Coach Brett handed me a wiggling sock and told me, take care of it, fuck, dude, I told him it was wrong. But Coach Brett told me that it's not hazing if it's in the workplace. So I went to Rillalito River and I named him Jug. Shit, officer, I should be in jail forever. I accept it. Maybe I can sleep now. Maybe I can dream about Jug also growing into his sweater and meeting two cats to go on adventures with.
All good, Brian?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we're all good. All right. We've got we're 2 in, and we're batting 1,000 on dead dogs. Batting 1,000 on dead dogs. That's this is interesting.
I like that it's
I
different interpretations of dead dogs, though. Like
As,
one does it for work,
okay,
and the other one.
I'm glad we have such a nuanced take on it. Thank you. As someone, I'd just like to say, I don't write these reviews, and I don't necessarily endorse them. Now, what did everyone think about Brian Warren, 34, of Tucson, Arizona?
I do the same. Like, I get it.
All right, we're gonna close off the opinions there. That's we're putting a button on that. All right, I'm gonna guess that one was Josh. I think Josh is that's not it's a tentative answer, but I don't know what it says about you, Josh, but something in my gut says that was you. So I'm tentatively going Jeffrey and Josh, and I'm probably gonna get canceled because this last fucking one's gonna be a woman character, and then everyone will say I say Avery writes every woman character. So
Because you do.
on that note, our last reader is Jeffrey. Would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
My name is Marty Cunningham. I am 42 years old, and I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. The title of my review is One Wish.
All right, Marty, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
God said unto them, multiply and replenish the earth. And yet I am alone and childless, outcast from the church until I can fulfill my religious duty. I say this not to excuse the coming tale, but to explain. One night, after another failed proposition and a subsequent attempt at finding solace at the bottom of a mellow yellow, my manly hunger found a target within my own home. An intruding snail, slowly venturing across the floor. The carbonation of that sinful mellow yellow had clearly made its way into my manhood as it began to rise and my thoughts began to wander. Heavy footsteps, a doleful zip, then dark. When I awoke hours later, I beheld my work. That seed-soaked snail, whether through providence or devilry, had already swelled and spit out its spawn. I saw grasping hands, pendulous eye stalks, and horribly familiar dark curls. What had I done? I raised my boot, overcome with revulsion, ready to erase this mistake before I noticed. They had fingernails. Thick, fibrous fingernail shells stretching painfully across their backs, but fingernails nonetheless. They were alive, and they were mine.
Sick nasty.
Oh my God, Marty. All right, Marty. Which family member are you closest to?
I have no family. I have a horde. How can I be close to these snail children when they haunt me? My house is dark and wet.
What the fuck?
They cannot bear to feel the sun. It dries them and destroys them. And I cannot bear for my shame to be seen, so dark curtains now block out the light. Their semen slime coats everything in the house as they drag themselves along the walls with their clawing, webbed hands. They know me as their creator. Yearn to touch me, but there is no love involved, only a dim sense of hierarchy. For now.
Marty, I really wish I didn't have more questions to ask you, but what is the hardest lesson you've ever had to learn?
One night, I was awoken by one of the creatures laying heavy upon my chest. In a panic, I bucked, catapulting it off of me. It hit the bedside table, tearing open its cheek. I had not meant to hurt the creature, but it had violated my one sanctuary. I installed a deadbolt the next day. The creature stays away from the pack, lurking in the shadowed corners of my apartment, but I can feel its blank eyes upon me always. The gash has not healed. Every day it leaks out blood. I fear it is the mark of Cain.
It so is.
All right. Anyone have any questions they'd like to ask Marty?
Yeah. When you're not enjoying mellow yellow, any other soft drinks strike your fancy?
Soft drinks are sinful. They're against the word of God. Well, caffeinated ones are. I like Sprite, but it's been a long time since I've allowed myself to indulge.
Cool.
Weird.
Yeah, super cool. How many of these snail children are there?
11. They're everywhere.
So, question. Can I ask another question just in conjunction? Did this all come from that one instance, or was this sort of a repeated thing? Like,
I will never make this mistake again. Once.
very virile.
One thoughtless action.
Thanks.
Thank you, Marty. Marty, could we hear what you thought about the movie?
I have tried to instruct my brood in the heavenly faith. Every night I read to them the words of God and the prophet Joseph Smith, in what I fear is an increasingly vain attempt to save their souls. I worry they do not hear. They make no sign of understanding. They only crawl upon their pile, reaching out their malformed hands to shovel more slime into their gaping maws. Last night we watched Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I had hoped a more energetic medium could break through to them. Perhaps simple morality would succeed where complex theology failed. They were unmoved, but not I. What must it be like to live as Puss does? To sleep under the stars? To be free to roam? To have a wish? You could solve any problem, right any wrong, fix any mistake. God says that all life is sacred, but I see no spark in their fathomless black eyes. Puss in Boots speaks to accepting your family and embracing those who love you for who they are, but surely this is not love. When they crawl upon me, it is only because they feel a mindless tether, sensing the life-giving semen slime within me. Cain still lurks in its corner, watching. It is primordial hatred that motivates it, not any kind of lovelorn resentment. He is no fallen angel, but a demonic beast. God forgive me. If I had one wish, I would give myself the courage to set them ablaze.
Woo, Marty! Good review. Good review. I'm sure if you haven't seen the movie, you'd love to see it now. Now I'm bewildered. I first of all, what did everyone think about our third character, Marty?
I could not wait for that to end.
I think he's just kind of stuck. I feel like there's hope for Marty yet.
I don't.
Well, that's on you.
Yeah, I'm with Josh.
All right, God, I really got to think. I hate that this game's hard. I hate that this. I know the point of the game is for it to be hard, and I really wish I just knew who wrote what. This is difficult. All right, I'm gonna just throw out. I'm gonna lock in my initial ordering for now. It's not fully locked in. I'm gonna go Jeffrey, Josh, Avery. And that might be reassessed. All right, now, now that we've heard all the reviews, we're going to do my favorite part of the show, the Fuck, Marry, Kill rankings for the three characters we've introduced. We got Ray, the worn down veterinarian. We got Marty, the father of the horde. And we've got Brian, who did not do something bad, he swears. What are we thinking, fuck, marry, kill wise?
I feel pretty strongly about this. I would marry our vet friend. I would fuck our dog drowner.
Nice.
And I would kill our snail father. And I don't feel like I have to explain that a lot.
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
order. That's a good order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think he called it semen slime. So that's it for me. That's that's a murder for me.
Marty's getting slaughtered. I'm killing Marty. And I'm killing the horde too. I'm killing the horde. And
I
fucking
want that though.
Ray, I think if I got him to quit, he'd be happier. He might not. He seems smart. He seems like a good guy. And Brian, he was he's a basketball star. He's probably not too bad. It's a fine little 34-year-old, kind of depressed, kind of feel a little guilt. Maybe he's got some good stuff will come out of that guilt. So that's my ordering.
Same order. Okay.
Josh, are you gonna switch it up or go with the crowd?
No, that is my order as well, for all the reasons stated.
Seems objective. That's
I think
the right.
It's kind of fun that every once in a while we have really firm orders there.
We agree. That is nice.
This is the right answer.
Yeah.
All right. So the categories now. Before I get into it, before we officially learn who wrote what, because I still don't fucking know, and I want to buy myself a second of time, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading we've enjoyed. So the categories are, as always, for 3 points, my favorite review, which review was holistically the best written. For 2 points, the funniest written review, which review made me laugh the most. And for 1 point, the best improvised response, which contestant had the best improvisation in character. All right. Holistically, best written review for me is I'm gonna go Brian. I think Brian was a well-written review. I liked it. I think it kept me guessing. I think there was a little bit of mystery. I think I'm gonna go with that one. So 3 points for whoever wrote Brian. Now, funniest written review, which review made me laugh the most, goes to Marty the Snail Father. Marty the Snail Father made me laugh a lot. And I also did not enjoy it. Those two things can happen at the same time, and we are proving that every week on the Gaslight Game Show. All right, 2 points for Marty, and 1 point for which contestant had the best improvisation in character. Now, it was a toss-up between 2 moments. The first was Josh going, I'm going to give you a couple words because I have the right to fuck you. And the other one was immediately, how many snail brood are there? Jeffrey just going 11. So I think I'm gonna go with 11. It's not quite as funny. It's not quite as funny objectively, but it made me laugh more. So 11 wins. Now, I now have to guess who wrote each review. Contestants, ready your whiteboard to record your score. If I fail to guess the correct writer, the contestant author gets 1 point. But if I do find them out, they lose 1 point. And if I fail to guess any of the 3, I lose all the way. So let's start with review number 1, read by Avery. That's Ray. Okay, we got Ray, the depressed vet. We got Brian, the guilty coach, and we got the snail father. I'm locking in Jeffrey for 1. I think Jeffrey wrote number 1. All right. I think Brian was written by Avery. Switching these. And I think Marty was written by Josh. That's what I'm locking in. I'm worried I just switched erroneously at the last minute, which I think I might have, but I'm locking it in. So let's figure out where the rest of these points go. Who really wrote Ray review number 1? Fuck! Bad start. Bad start. All right. Josh wrote number 1. Fuck. Oh, I lost. I fucking lost. All right. Who wrote number 2? Brian.
Fucking me.
No! Fuck! No! And that means
You got that right.
Yeah,
did.
what's wrong with you?
You got that right.
I never erased my guess order. I never erased my initial guess order.
Here it is.
I got it right. I got it right. Sorry for my reaction. I switched it correctly at the end. My last minute switches are coming in clutch. Avery,
Okay.
Avery wrote it. Avery wrote that one, and that does mean Josh wrote the snail one.
It doesn't.
It
means I
doesn't,
know this.
babe.
No way. This is miserable. It's 3
I'm
people.
so nervous for you.
I really need to not look at the board again after I switch my orders. I
You need to stop switching your orders.
I'm gonna. This show is ruining my intellectual credibility. Anyway, all right. So the real order was Josh, Avery, Jeffrey. Jeffrey wrote the snail fucking one. Okay, I got it, which means I got one of them correct. I got Avery correct. There we go. We're on the same page now. All right. Would everyone reveal their scores? Josh, 1 point. Jeffrey, 4 points. Avery, 2 points. Josh.
Yes.
Josh is the loser.
Fuck.
Josh is the loser.
I'm going to win one of these days.
Oh my God, Avery and I sliding by in the middle.
Except I actually have to do something.
That's true. I get this. All this means is I get another week of just chilling until the next episode.
One
Which works
fucking
fine.
day.
That means Jeffrey wins and Josh loses. Is that not the same thing that happened the first week?
It is.
It is.
Well done, everyone, but Josh, our loser. So, for each member of the game show, we as a group have compiled tailor-made punishments. We're going to review our list and find something truly awful for them to do. And since Josh lost, you're going to put yourself on mute so we can take a minute to discuss what will be done with you. Go ahead and mute yourself, Josh. Now, let's think about what punishment would work best for Josh. What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking we should make Josh sing Tomorrow from Annie.
Oh my gosh.
Recreate
Yeah,
and
I love that
perform.
idea.
He should what does it say? Recreate and perform the song Tomorrow as seen in the 1982 movie musical Annie. He will redo this performance if we determine that it doesn't capture the magic of the performance of Eileen Quinn, circa 1982.
Actually, I'm very impressed that we literally went. He has to do it again if he does not capture the magic of one of the most famous songs of all time, sung by the original performer. A little bit of a hot
It's because we know how talented of a performer Josh is, and we expect nothing but the best.
This should be a breeze. Does he have to? He has to do the whole song, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
just like-
song.
just
Tomorrow's
make sure.
not a long song.
You're right. Tomorrow's not a long song.
It's repetitive.
Now, Josh, take yourself off mute. And you better be ready by the next time we meet. All right. How do you feel about your punishment, Josh? And this is your second punishment. Angry. Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at that. He
Getting hot under the collar.
predicted it. All right. That leaves us with one final matter, and it's learning what movie we'll be watching next week. The winner, Jeffrey, has the honor of choosing the next week's movie. Jeffrey, would you please enlighten us with your selection?
I feel like I've been learning a lot since this whole Rocky punishment in terms of exercise and just cool guy shit. We're going to watch Fast and Furious 4.
And I'm actually not unhappy with this. That sounds very fun to me. I've been meaning to do the whole franchise. I'm curious about the middle of the series selection.
I feel like I don't want to get bogged down in all this, like learning who these people. I want to see some cars on fire.
Cars on fire. Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna throw it out there. I feel like the other ones won't matter so much. I could be wrong. We'll see.
I doubt it is that sequential of a series when it comes to your enjoyment of it.
Right.
I have
Now-
not seen a single one, but I'm excited to see number 4.
Great. I cannot wait for Fast and Furious 4. To our audience, please feel free to watch along with us. How do we all feel? Feeling good about it?
I
Excited
feel
about this?
great. I feel awesome.
I'm feeling determined. It's
I'm actually pretty pumped up for this one.
Yeah, Josh, how do you feel? That good, huh?
Fuck you.
Josh, do
Hell
you
yeah,
think,
brother.
you think you're gonna watch the movie first and then sing tomorrow, or in reverse? I feel like Fast and Furious might hype you up a little bit, get you excited for your punishment.
Who gives a fucking shit about anything?
Nice. That's straight from the horse's mouth, everybody. Now, listen, everyone, if you love these spankings, stay bent over. Watch Gaslight Game Show on YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and support us on other platforms. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We clearly love that. And if we get an undetermined amount of interaction, we'll do highly questionable stuff. So promote our garbage and give us things. All right.
Undetermined.
Tune in soon for more torture. Bye for now. See you next week.
See ya, gang.
Ew.
Oh man.
Dude,
You
I
know-
can't believe we started with the dead dogs and then ended with the snail dad. That was crazy.
I like how it feels like every cycle of these kind of has a similar theme, even though Josh, Avery, and I don't talk
We
about
don't
what we're
talk
doing.
about it.
And the fact that all 3 of them involved animal murder, nuts.
I
Both
can't
times
believe
now,
you
last episode
switched-
and this episode, you had it all wrong initially,
wrong.
and then you did a
and then
last
switched it and
switch.
guessed me.
Those last switches, I go, you know what? Avery's pulling me. Avery's pulling me.
I don't feel like I also got to comment on the fact that you were like the last one's a woman and then it was not. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Branched out. Good for you. You didn't write a woman like you always do.
that's nuts. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, actually we are still recording. Max, I think you should update the people on your car. What happened, Max? Are we filming our normal day?
Okay, I fucking first of all, I got the complete filming date wrong last week, so I didn't even know to alert them that I had a situation. And then as I'm in a tow truck getting my broken down car that I just spent $1,500 getting out of the pound, taken to a shop, I get a FaceTime from everyone going, all right, we're starting the show. And long story short, we didn't do the show that day. The day I'd specifically requested we do it later, so everyone made their night free from 9 to 11 instead of from 7 to 9. And it's an additional $500 to get my car fixed. I was driving to Pilsen. I was driving to band practice. I'm doing this long drive. I'm listening to music, and I'm like, the car sounds slightly different. And then it starts sounding really different. And then it starts being, if I stop at a light, I have to press fully down on the gas after braking, like slamming it to get it up to about 30 miles per hour. And then I was just like, please give me green lights on the way to band practice. And then they didn't. And then my car died at a red light and I had to force it over to the side. And then I had to get my band to come help me push it into a legal parking spot so I wouldn't get another ticket and get towed again. So yeah, that was fun. It's a good little Tuesday night. But I got the car back. Technically have it back.
Car back.
If anyone wonders how much money you'll have to invest into a $400 1998 Saturn, it's over $2,000. And 1,500 of those could be avoided if you make sure you know where your car is for a month. So only 500.
It sounds like, it sounds like kind of like eventually you'll just pay the amount for a normal car as if you never had to repair a normal car.
You know what I know more than most people? It is expensive to never have a lot of money at once because you really got to just do $20 at a time and see where that gets you. Because if I ever had maybe $300 at one time, I could get shit fixed, much less enough to buy a new car. So we're getting there. Next check. I can pay off some debts, some personal debts. I'm getting there.
I'm proud of you.
Just gotta make it a week. Just gotta make it a week.
Just a week.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I was hanging out with two people? I think I told you last week. The train people. When I had two people who lived on trains, who were in a city for one night, stay in my apartment I was renting last summer, and I let them sleep in my bed while I slept on the couch, and they had their dog with them too. And they just slept in my apartment, and I gave them a place. And we went to Jewel to get snacks. We were all just hanging out. One of them was talking about doing crack. One of them was talking about having broken her neck and having had to recover in an abandoned house that didn't have heat in the middle of winter in New York. And we got a bunch of snacks and we were eating on the street. They were smoking cigarettes. And I had the very clear realization that both of them had more money than I did. And
That's not where I thought that was gonna end.
No, that's not at all. Also, like, okay, you let them stay at your house. You give them your bed. Why would you give them your bed?
Where did they come from?
Okay, so I was on Tinder, and I matched with a girl. She was like, here for one night, in from town, like a pretty girl. And she responds and she goes, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually just looking for a place for me and my girlfriend to stay while we're in town, because we just hopped a train and run to town. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll give them a place to stay, whatever. Because I think, like, this is where it gets sad. I think they like hook up with people for a place to stay, and I was like, no, fuck that, just come crash. So then I went to pick them up from the park they were at in my parents' car that I was borrowing, and they didn't tell me they had a dog, and I was like, fuck it, and I let the dog come in. And this was my friend's apartment I was subleasing for 2 months. Like, it was kind of a big risk. Like, all her personal possessions were in this place, and it's not my bed. And I just brought him in. The dog's name was aphasia, that medical condition where you can't remember words. And we had a nice little night. They took showers, and we got snacks, and then we all left together in the morning, and I still talk to them on Instagram sometimes.
I cannot believe you weren't murdered. Like, honestly,
I did sleep with
Crazy.
I did sleep with a knife just in case, but I didn't have to use it.
You slept with a knife when you could have slept. Like, did the door to the bedroom have a lock? Did it lock?
There was no bedroom. This was a studio apartment, and they were 5 feet away from me.
Oh, it's a studio apartment. Okay.
So we're all like kind of. It was like a little sleepover.
Can we stop recording?